Skilled Creators with Zero, the brand maverick.
Before we get into it, I just wanted to thank you for following me into this tilted rabbit hole where we learn about the entrepreneur journey and all the magnificent and terrifying things that come with it. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to increase your brand exposure, network internationally, and gain insights, then follow the breadcrumbs in the show notes to my website where you can find everything you need to start your business, grow your brand, and accelerate your income today. I even have a live show every Monday that you can attend. It's free brand awareness and exposure, and you get to meet some really cool people on the show. It's such incredible value, and you don't have to pay a penny for it.
Now it's time. Let's jump straight into the rabbit hole.
Tai, thank you for coming on the show. How are you feeling today?
Feeling amazing. I feel honored. I feel honored to be here. I feel like, yeah, we're gonna have a great time.
Okay, just to start us off, tell us about your company and what you guys do.
Okay, cool. So my name is Tai Karun. I'm the founder of a company called Active Nation. Essentially what we are a full service membership community for creators, entrepreneurs, professionals, and investors. Essentially, what we do is we leverage AI technology to connect active creators with a support network of entrepreneurs, professionals, and investors. The reason why, because it's my journey and the story today, which I'm sure we're going to get into. Networking has been a huge part of it. I've learned how to navigate different rooms. I was very ambitious when I started my business in 2015 with all of the energy, all of the drive to make things happen. But what I didn't have is the network or the knowledge from the right network to make it. And as I'm sure you know, the right knowledge is kind of hard to find in the internet age. You understand? We get a lot of information, but I was looking for proven knowledge. So networking was a huge tool for me that I leveraged throughout the journey. So yeah, I just set up the platform more so out of a need from the people that I was attracting. A lot of people throughout my journey asked, "Ty, how did I meet this person? Or how did I get this information? Or how am I building this business?" So when I found the time to be still enough, because I was very active during the journey, I just started to listen to my community more, and before you know it, just started supplying demand, and we built a platform out of it. We're building a platform out of it. So yeah, highly appreciative of the journey so far. It's ups and downs, but we're here. I meet people like you, so grateful.
How long have you guys been in business for?
Okay,
Well, you've
so
been like since 2015.
so do you know what? It's actually funny. Not 2015. The journey in 2015, what actually happened is I left university. I actually got involved in business in 2014 with a friend. I met him at sixth form. He said, "Ty, you're great with people. I think you'd be a great head of marketing for this business idea I have." So, long story short, I saw his idea, thought it was amazing. It was a little tech product that he wanted to launch in Africa, actually. I got involved, not knowing what the heck I was doing. We didn't last too long. I think it was 10 months I was in that business for. We ran out of money because again,
Yeah.
we didn't know what we were doing. But it kind of like really just gave me the entrepreneurship bug. So long story short, after university, I ran through a few ideas. I set up a sunglasses brand, and then when I wanted to try and figure out a way to fund it, I came up with an idea to set up an investment company that leverages support networks and um what do you call it in Trinidad? Is it, okay, I don't want to be any wars. I'm not sure. Is it partner?
That's right.
My Caribbean friends call it partner.
Partner. Yeah.
Yeah, so we leveraged the partner system and like a mastermind group to make something happen. And I set up an investment company off of that idea. Again, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So the initial concept of what I'm doing actually started then. But when I was in that's when the networking started. But when I was in that phase of my life, I realized I was amazing at building the networks, but they just saw me as someone that was very good to network with and very
Yeah.
ambitious, but they weren't trying to give me the money to invest in the people that I was bringing towards them.
Yeah.
So what actually happened since 2000, from around 2016 to 2019 is when I got into digital entrepreneurship. I was
Yeah.
online, I was building businesses online. Firstly, it started off with eBay, Amazon FBA, as not some of the people maybe that are listening may
Hmm.
resonate with. And then it came full circle in 2020 after a business failure. I would say a business lesson that came about from not being able to raise capital.
Yeah.
And then when I was in that stage of just reflecting and understanding what went wrong, what went right, um, the idea came to set up this platform again, just because a lot of people were coming to me because, Ty, how did you do this? How did you do that? And I got
Yeah.
sick and tired of the one-on-one conversation. So what I decided to do is say, everyone just jump on Zoom. Let's jump on Zoom and let's just do it one to many. And before you know it, I started to bring some of my network on that call, and I realized, whoa, that these people that I'm meeting are asking me how I did it, and that are on this call. I did 1,000 miles to get this network. Now they're just getting access to them with a click of a button. So the concept came from there. So 2020 is when it actually became something that we could actually put forward. So yeah, hopefully that
Yeah.
long-winded answer was a good answer. Hopefully. Yeah.
No, 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 that's good. And it was born in the pandemic as well, because like you said 2020. So, and that's really where things all kind of went online anyway. So I'm guessing adoption for that was actually quite quick because everybody was looking for an outlet and it was all online. So you didn't have much resistance, people that went, "Oh no, I don't want to be online," because they didn't have much of a choice.
Do you know what's so funny is that it was actually that the actual before I made it into a platform, I said this is going to be a business. It was actually 2019, mid 2019 that I started doing it. So I did a series on YouTube called the A Call. So before, as you know, during the pandemic, a lot of people were doing calls and having people come on and they were doing lives, etc. But in
Yeah.
2019, I did like a series. It was quite consistent. I did quite a few where I got like different entrepreneurs, investors, professionals, experts, media buyers, just around the whole digital entrepreneurship landscape and ecosystem to come
Hmm.
on and just provide value. What I did is just tell their story, explain what they did, etc. And it was really, really adding value to the community members that I was attracting. So
Yeah.
2019, end of 2019, that's when I just I said, you know what, laced up my boots. I'm gonna go out into the field again. I'm gonna
Yeah.
network and try to align myself with strategic partners like investors, etc. And that's when I came across a company called Cornerstone Partners. The
Yeah.
creator of it, Stephen Broche, he essentially just inspired me to learn what investment readiness looks like from an investor's perspective. So that's when
Yeah.
I said, you know what, let's go back to the drawing board. So 2020, we're going to set up Eclectic Investment Group. Sorry, not Eclectic Investment Group, Active Nation, the platform, and essentially from there go and yeah, make it happen. So it was just before the pandemic. So
Okay. Cool. So how does your service work?
okay, so essentially, what we're doing at the moment is that we are a membership community. So right now, we are actually going in our MVP stage. So we've kind of like stripped things back. So we have three different types of experiences we put people on. From an experience standpoint, we are very, very big around parties and connecting people in authentic ways. So whether it's like a gathering, getting people together, going out, doing some fun things, we're very, very big with the offline community side of things as well.
Yeah.
So that's one side of it. The second side of it is the e-learning education side. So we essentially create a platform. We listen to our community members. For example, yourself, like I know a lot of my community members need some branding help. So what we do
Yeah.
is that we build networks of individuals like yourself or individuals that are experts in particular areas, be that let's say personal finance, budgeting, just to help the immediate needs of our community members, lead generation, etc. And we essentially facilitate this, whether it's classes, online, offline, etc., just to provide value for them. And lastly, we have an entertainment arm. So it sounds like a lot, where we have like a creative membership for specifically creators and artists at the moment for our niche. And the whole idea is that we want to essentially just connect them with the network that can help them navigate the entertainment industry better through networking, plus
Yeah.
leverage digital marketing and the online skills and things that was they can be equipped with to essentially learn how
Hmm.
to launch digital campaigns that are profitable and help them become more self-sufficient. So at the moment in time, right now, our focus, because it is a large vision, is we do quite a few things. We are just focused specifically on our creative membership and helping these specific creators and solving their problems.
Yeah.
So that's where we are at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. What kind of price range, just for listeners, like what kind of price range are you looking at the moment?
In terms of to join a membership.
Yeah.
Okay, so from a flat fee, so the first thing that was application only for right now, specifically on the creative membership, but we have a flat fee and it kind of like goes up depending on what people are looking for. So for 519, yeah, you can get access to to the platform, and you get access to particular resources, some of the community groups that we have, as well as specific services that come with it, support services like we do online support sessions
Yeah.
bi-weekly, and action calls, free marketing, branding, digital so-called courses on a bi-weekly basis as well. And for 777 you get the same thing, but you get a essentially a much more tailored, like private type of access to our community, if that makes sense. So in terms of the actual details, I'll have to save that because my team is kind of like just getting
Nice, nice.
things all, yeah, so that's where we are.
So if you could have anybody come on board, any kind of client, who would they be and why?
Okay. So the individuals that we're looking for, they are clear on what they want to achieve for their vision. You understand? They want to understand, okay, how do I get to where I want to go? So our community is very, very focused on finding out what you're interested in, how you want to get there, and our job is to assist. So the people that we normally attract are very, very ambitious. They're very, very active, and they know what they want. Understand? In terms of the people that we look for, the main thing actually is more so the values. Like our values at Active Nation is appreciation. We want to ensure that the people that we have a mutual understanding, that we appreciate the efforts that both parties are bringing to the table, gratitude, impact. We want to ensure that the individuals coming to us and what they want to do for their businesses, their lives, is going to be impactful to the people.
So how much time do you spend working on your business, not in
Yeah.
your business?
Very, very good question. So I've gone through many phases. So if you asked me this question 2 years ago, I'll say all the time. However, that was more so from a perspective of me thinking that, okay, me just telling people what to do and micromanaging was working on my business. Now it's completely different. I had a lot of experience of what goes wrong, what goes right during that tenure. So now I'll say in terms of working in my business, I'm very fortunate to have a team that cover the areas that I'm not great at. You understand? So my focus on the business is more so fundraising, attracting team members, building and building networks, developing strong strategic partnerships, and of course bringing those people together to provide value. So in terms of working on the business, I'll probably say, well, how can I put hours onto it? On each day, I'll probably say like let's say 6, 7 hours. And the reason why I'm saying that because my work doesn't really feel like work. It's almost like I'm talking to you, I'm making connections, I'm
Yeah,
seeing that
yeah.
and there and there. And then yeah, so that's basically what I do. So I probably do that 4 days a week, and Friday to Sunday I'm focused on I have a creative family, friends, and just resting. So that's me in the moment.
Okay. All right. What's the one thing that fuels your passion?
Ooh, the one thing that fuels my passion, that's a very good question, actually. The one thing that fuels my passion. There are many things, but I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
the thing that really, really, um, really does do it, if I'm gonna be honest, is I feel like a sense of for my community members, for the people that I grew up with, like I feel like it's like justice for me to make this happen. It's justice like me stepping out of my environments where I came from, the environments that we all like a lot of my community members come from to step in and do what I do that I love. It's almost like I want my story to fuel inspiration. That makes sense. So I guess I'm a creative, so I lead with my creativity in my mind. I know what's like what I want to see. So I guess my creativity around that burning desire to feel. You know what? I feel like it's justice for me to make it happen. I'm not sure that makes sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So hopefully there's an answer within that, but yeah, that's what came from the heart. So we're
No,
here.
that is the answer. All right. So if you had unlimited resources, what problem would you solve?
Ooh. I'll solve my lack of holiday problem. No, I'm joking. The limited resources, that's a good question. For limited resources, the problem that I will solve is definitely access the funding gap between what's it called black and minorities. Um
Yeah.
access to funding, education, miseducation, and essentially figuring out how to equip young children actually just with those skills and the knowledge that I feel like is missing from of the education system, how to be more self-sufficient, even emotional awareness, like mental, like just helping with your mental as you're navigating through life. I feel like there's a big issue that's happening amongst our community in a moment, because I don't feel like we're prepared for a lot of the things that happen in the changes, how to adapt, how to learn, how to relearn, unlearn and relearn. So it's definitely around education and access to resources, and the mindset and the habits, that come with it, that's to sustain it. I personally think that's a huge problem that I want to help solve within my community.
Yeah. If you could do anything, what would you do?
Chai. Um, anything.
I'm asking you the big questions here
That's
today.
the so why anything like, yeah, I mean, could you give me a little
If
bit
you
more
could do
context?
anything, what would you do?
Are you talking about anything? Are you talking about anything
Anything,
today?
anything,
Anything in
anything,
life?
anything in life, anything in life. What would you do?
If I could do anything, yeah. I- I'm- Why? If I could do anything, I'll go space and buy me a planet.
Okay. You Well, I'm gonna ask this. Why? What would you do with that planet? What planet would you buy?
Um, I'm not too sure. Do you know what? Me and my nephew were speaking the other day. I said my nephew's 6 years old. He's got the wildest imagination. You understand that? He's a very creative, very bubbly and explorative type of kid. And we always speak about cool that he wants to be an astronaut, that we're gonna go and create our own planet, that his sky is gonna be this color, and I'm saying like why not be this color? So um I feel like the reason why that comes to mind, you said anything, so I thought, yeah, why not? If anything,
Yeah, why
like
not?
me and my nephew want to go out and we wanna create planets. We want to invest in them. We want to make sure that he likes animals as well, so he wants to ensure that the planet is lit. It's done. So I was like, why not? So I'm sure he will like it. I want to go and create planets with my nephew. You understand? That's what you understand.
Okay, that question was definitely in honor of your nephew then.
1,000%.
Right. So on this entrepreneurship journey, what has been the hardest thing so far for you?
Okay, the hardest thing, it's a specific time in this journey. It's literally learning how to, not personalize external failures, learning how to essentially take in the facts of a situation, and
Hmm.
that being, I can even go into the details of what happened. So, in 2018, my cousin, after a few spells of me like really going into the online business side of things, I learned how to make a lot of money online. I had an eBay business that was doing quite well. My mentors picked up the fact that okay, I'm very good when it comes to online. How can I get into it? So I was fortunate enough to get invested in to start Amazon FBA business with my mentor. That was going well. However, imposter syndrome kicked in because I was like, I don't want to make any mistakes. I wasn't really leading with my militant type action for energy. So what happened, long story short, is that bit that we kind of put to a pause. And then I told my cousin, okay, which I was more comfortable to lead with and start start making things happen with that. We're gonna create like another business. We're gonna have a goal. Gonna be 50K in revenue we'll aim to get, and I'll use that result to raise money from my network of investors that I spent the last 3 years building because they love me, they invite me to their houses, why not? I thought it was a no
Yeah.
brainer plan. So we generated 75K in revenue that year, just off £600. We're very grateful. I wasn't rolling in money, but I was happy that we set a goal and we achieved it. 2019, I set a goal for 1 month, silly old me, to raise 250K. I don't, in my mind, it was simple. It was gonna happen. I had the results. It ended up being 6 to 7 months before I even got into some doors. There was a lot of things that I missed. I wasn't showing the individuals that I was talking with while I was building a business, the things that I wasn't great at. I was showing them what I was amazing at, the sales, the fact that I can bring people together. But what the investors were looking for in terms of an investment ready platform or a entrepreneur that's ready to be poured into from an investment standpoint, I wasn't that, just to make it nice and clear. So what happened is that I struggled to understand how that I can put all this effort in to this business. And this is after a few businesses as well, and still be in a position where I feel like I'm at level one. So it was how I handled it was I did what most guys at my age was doing. I went out to party and and bury my head in escapism, you understand? So But that period was I'm very, very thankful for my family, the close friends I had in my life, because they really, really just um help me get to a place and ground me to understand that, listen, I am not these results. That learning how to take the results and understand, okay, what actually went wrong here, what went right here, and actually understand the root of the issues. And it actually came back to me, just to be fully transparent. I could blame the world for everything, but ultimately it came down to a lot of my internal subconscious stuff that I wasn't addressing. So that, just that, getting to the place, I'd have to thank my one of my mentors, Linda and Baggy, especially for this, because she was hugely instrumental in helping me understand just the internal thing that was going on and how it affected my external, how I was taking action and showing up in the world. So just stopping, learning how to stop and addressing the things that weren't going right was a huge, huge, huge task for me. I'm very stubborn, my family would say. So it's a miracle how Linda got me to start, to be honest. But that was a very, very important, a very hard but important decision I had to make, and the conversations that led, that followed through after that, they were harder. And
Yeah.
but after a while, it became easier. It became easier to express the thought. Even me speaking to you on this podcast right now, 3, 4 years ago, people were like, "What the heck are you doing there? This is unlike you." But here we are. I've learned how to express and show that, yeah, man, let's make things happen regardless.
No, it's growth and it's good. I mean, it's not, we all have like dark parts in our past, right? We've all got these little dark patches, and I think it's when we're in those dark patches that we're able to kind of find strength that we didn't even know that we had,
Mm,
and that helps us has helped us pull through these experiences, and that's where we learn the most. And I think it's really, really important, and it's a really powerful thing as well for you to look back on that and be grateful for that, because a lot of people aren't. A lot of people, they're ashamed of the parts where they thought that they failed.
mm,
And the thing is that it's in those failures that we're able to find new things and develop new skills, and you know it just builds our character as we go along. So I think it's really, really an excellent thing for you to look at that part of your past and be grateful for it, because a lot of people aren't. And it's great that you can look back on it and think of it like that.
no, I appreciate you. I appreciate your words, honestly. And I guess in my mind, it's either I look back in it, feel the type of way, and then let it define me, or look back at it, say, you know what? That was it. I had fun. It was fun. Like I look at the positives. I had fun doing it. There's certain parts that I wasn't really too happy with, but now it just made me understand, okay, I've gone through that. What did I enjoy about it? What didn't I enjoy about it? So moving forward, how can I ensure that how I'm feeling during this process that I'm stepping into, that I take on the good, I eliminate the bad, or I ask for help where I need to get asked for help? Because that was a very, very big one. I thought I could do everything by myself. I thought I didn't want to let anyone in to say, you know what, I'm not really good at that area, but because of my ego. So I was like, so the lessons they made me to the person I am today. I don't regret it at all. And ultimately, man, the future's super bright. I'm thankful.
That's really good. All right, so what would your parting gift of wisdom be for the audience today?
Oh, okay. My parting gift for wisdom is super simple. I'm assuming that a lot of the people that are listening to this are entrepreneurial. They're very, very
Yes.
focused. They are action takers. They are probably in a position where that they are building communities online, or whether it's offline, of individuals that they can now, oh, I get it. Like you understand the journey, and it may be a little bit different to the support that they receive at home, because a lot of people that, for me, the people that I meet, we have a common thing of, you're building something, but the people around you not necessarily don't understand it. So you find your own community in, whether it's an online forum, whether it's a particular group of people that you meet at a networking event, etc. My word of wisdom is more so is to communicate with your family. And if they don't get it, it's your job to communicate so they can get it. And the reason why I say that is quite simple. When I went knee deep, I dived into the entrepreneurship journey. I realized that you're gonna have to eventually speak to stakeholders of your business, of your brand. Like you're gonna have to learn how to communicate what you do, how you do it, why you do it to these individuals, whether it's investors, whether it's potential customers, whether it's people that just want to just be advocates of your brand. You're gonna learn how to do it. And the best people, the practice run, is your family because they trigger the heck out of me. You understand? So if I can communicate to my family and withstand all of the questions and all of you know how family are. They see
Yep.
the worst parts of you. You understand? So they'll probably be the ones saying, nah, they'll probably be the ones to be as raw. I'll say that embrace it, dive into it, really, really learn it. Like it sounds crazy, but honestly, I personally believe that I did it after the fact though. I did it when my business didn't really go too well. But that that pressure, that need to say no, they need to understand this because like I'm actually in a situation where I need them to understand this. It
Yeah.
almost made a diamond. The pressure made a diamond. It made me sharper. It made me more resilient. So now I'm stepping into the world where I'm online. I don't even know these people online. And as you know, the space we're in right now is crazy. Then they be
Yeah.
throwing all these things at me. But it's like, do you know the pressure I go through at home? This is fine for me. Yeah. So yeah, that's my advice. Communicate with the people that are around you, the one that actually care, the ones that also called that love you. They don't have to get your business or become part of it. But if they
Yeah.
can say, you know what, I get what he's doing, and they can tell a friend, that's a huge, huge, huge win. Because you want someone to understand what you do simply. They can tell their auntie about it. Their auntie can tell their son before you know it. You got advocates for your brand. So yeah, communicate. Learn how to communicate with your loved ones and the people close to you. That's my little bit of wisdom.
That's really, really powerful stuff. Like,
Appreciate
yeah, yeah, that's really powerful stuff.
it.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop that at some point.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all
All
good. You
right.
got it out. So it was a great question.
And that actually concludes the Entrepreneur Spotlight. Tai, amazing stuff as always. And thank you so much for coming on the show and being such an amazing inspiration for all of us.
That's a
Um,
pleasure. That's a pleasure. Honestly,
and
you're amazing. You're amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. You're very inspirational. I love your consistency, and I'm here to support.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for your words. Like, I appreciate you as well. And again, thank you for being the person that you are. And I'm grateful for the person that you are. And no matter like all the things that you've been through, like, it's made you who you are today. So, I am also grateful for those experiences, and my own as well.
Thanks for listening. You can listen to this podcast and many more on tiltnexus.com, which is our free platform for entrepreneurs across the world. See you on the Nexus.